Welcome to the American Business Podcast, the voice of American business. I'm welcoming you, episode 158. Today we have podcasting plus networking exclusive business event. Before further ado, let's invite our attendees, our guests, to our virtual stage and let's get the conversation started in the American Business Podcast. All right, great. Well, good morning. Thank you for joining today
Good
to the American
morning.
Business Podcast
Good
event.
morning.
Yes, great. Well, it's very good to see you, and I truly appreciate your participation today in the American Business Podcast, Podcasting Plus networking event. Well, should we start with introductions, if that's okay, for our audience to know you and learn about your business, if that's okay?
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Who'd like to go first? Kimberly, would you like to go first?
Sure. Thank you. I'm Kimberly Mitchell, creator of the Ignite brand of products. And Ignite products are all about helping women really get in touch with that authentic side of themselves and remove all of the beliefs that are making choices for them that may not be in line with where they want to go.
Well, thank you for joining us today. Where are you connecting out of?
I'm connecting out of Rochester, New York. Thank you.
Okay, great. Well, thank you. Thank you for joining.
Mhm.
Steve, would you like to introduce yourself, your organization in general?
Sure. I'm Steve Turner. I'm principal and owner of Solomon Turner PR in St. Louis. We've been around for about 35 years and provide public relations services for all kinds of folks, from Tony Robbins to corporations like Northwestern Mutual, Health South, Caldwell Banker, and a lot of local businesses and authors and speakers. And we love to talk about PR and marketing with about anybody. And if we can help them, we feel confident that we can do so. And always open to meeting new people and networking across the country.
Great. Well, Steve, welcome to the American Business Podcast, Podcasting Plus networking event. Appreciate it. Eugene, welcome to the podcasting and networking event. Would you like to introduce yourself to our audience and to our guest today?
Absolutely. Yes. Eugene Rodriguez, Senior Acquisition Business Relationship Manager for JP Morgan Chase. And yeah, we specialize in assisting business owners and entrepreneurs with revenues between a million to 50 million in continuing to grow their business and focus on what they do best while we take care of their banking.
Appreciate it. Well, thank you for joining, Eugene. Appreciate it.
It's my pleasure.
Okay. Well, so we like to have some conversations today, and we like to get your insights as well as I allow you to also introduce your services, your organizations as well in these conversations, if it's okay. So we've been having different conversations with our within our community, the American Business Podcast community, and that recently we really focus on the impact of AI and how do we use AI, how can we utilize AI. The reason being, especially nowadays with the AI technologies, they are affordable, they are practical, and that's also available for small and mid-sized businesses in US. And when we talk about small and mid-sized businesses, they are the backbone of US economy, very important. So that's also an opportunity for small businesses in US to to revolutionize, to transform their businesses in that sense. So I like to learn your take and your insights. What do you think about it? How do you use AI in your own businesses, maybe in your services as well? And if you can share your thoughts and your insights, that'd be great. Kimberly, let's start with you, if that's okay.
Sure. Thank you. I feel like, especially in my business, AI is like a silent business partner. I use it all day, every day for many things across my business. And it takes a lot of the inefficiencies out of what I do because some of the things that I need done, it can do in seconds that might take me an hour or more. So it does that piece for me. And I've also used it to create what I call a board of advisors. So there is a lot of publicly available content from leaders and business minds that I respect from different sectors, and you can load all of that in there and literally speak to AI as if you're speaking to these individuals. So I've been very, very excited about using that feature of it. And then again, with business where I work with women who are working through beliefs, really working through understanding what's going on behind their thoughts. And I have built a coach that really helps them when I'm not available go through and peel back the layers of all of those things. So AI, I feel like it's the most wonderful time to be a business owner with this technology.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. These are great insights. Appreciate it. Steve, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a great tool to become more efficient at what you do so you can spend more time doing other things. So we've been doing PowerPoint through AI and different things. And while it may not get you to the final product, it gets you awfully close where you could do minor tweaks and then you're ready to go. One of the challenges in our business in PR is a lot of PR people are using AI to create news releases and media pitches and send these to journalists. And a lot of these things are looking the same over and over again. And the journalists are getting like, what in the world's going on here? I'm getting 15 of these things every day and they all look the same. So it's like an automatic delete. And I see a lot of them are complaining on LinkedIn and elsewhere about this. And they're saying we're just going to automatically delete it if it even smells like it came from AI. So you have to be judicious in its use. But I think if you use it the way Kimberly's talking about, I think it's great. If you use it to be more efficient, if you could enter data and have it organized for you through AI and save you hours and hours of time of entering data, creating things like PowerPoint presentations or ads or different things that you can come back later and tweak and improve. I think it's a great tool for that. And we are using it for that right now.
I
Only
I
it's
would tend to agree. I work with a lot of business owners, and as you know, my company kind of leads the market in terms of banking technology. And people always talk about the ease of transaction and the ability to download information, and information is power. So, you don't want to spend 20 minutes looking for your statement online. You don't want to spend 5 minutes trying to look for the account number when trying to give someone wiring instructions. The reason why iPhone kind of cornered the market in terms of being able to talk to any user is because the ease of use. And obviously, what you want for your clients is the ability to find you, be able to understand what you offer in terms of services very quickly, and then be able to contact you just as quickly. So having the ability to communicate through those means and being able to have that presence online. I hear from a lot of people all the time, they spend a lot of money in advertising because whenever someone doesn't know someone and they're looking for a particular business, people just go to Google. It's so strange. They look up, lawyer near me and this near me, and if they can find you, it gives you another opportunity to gain a new customer.
yes, absolutely. These are really exciting times. Go ahead, Steve. You were about to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to say AI search is really important now. So when you go to your website, your portal, whatever, and you just type in what I need a lawyer or an accountant, and AI just pops up and you run it through that. So in our business, what's really important are articles on your company, especially quality articles and well-known publications from a local newspaper to the Wall Street Journal or Bloomberg, whatever it is. And those are going to pop up on AI through search. So those hold real value. So if we're targeting AI as a search tool, the more value we could bring to that search engine, the better we're going to be. And the better results we're going to get. We're going to get more feedback. And so studies have shown that AI really does scan for quality type material that broadcast out to people that are doing searches.
Steve, also, you are a published author. If you like to also, since we take this opportunity to talk about your book, I also had
See,
the
there it
copy.
is. How'd you
Truly
get
appreciate it.
that?
All right. Yes, I was ready. That was quick, huh?
It's magic.
Voila.
Yes, I wrote a yeah, thanks. Yeah, I wrote a book called PR That Works, and it's based on our 35 years in the PR industry, things that we've actually done. It's not theory, it's real stuff, it's real strategies, real results, real campaigns, and what happened. And so a lot of people, I was going to write a memoir about my career in public relations and was talking to several people. And they said, well, we really need a simple book. We don't want to spend $200 on one of these college textbooks at 600 pages that we're not going to understand the theory and all this stuff anyway. And we don't want a book on behavioral economics. That's not who we are. So if you could put something else together, we would buy it and be real interested in that. And I said, yeah, I think I can do that. So that was the start of PR That Works. And over about a year, I was able to fine tune it and finally get it ready and get it out there. It's on Amazon and barnesandnoble.com. But the beauty of it is for small businesses, especially, there's 28 strategies you can use right now for your business. There's 14 case studies of clients we've worked with, what we did, what the results were. And there's 4 interviews with top PR professionals from across the country. So if you're trying to get your brand out there, or you just want to dabble in PR a little bit for your company or your business, or if you're an author or a speaker, you could pick up a copy and kind of glance through it, and you'll see the chapters that are focused on those kinds of things, and our work with authors and speakers and some other folks. And then you can apply some of that to what you're doing, and you can just look at it over time. Month, 2 months, a year from now, something comes up, forgot how to do it or how somebody else approached it. You can go back and look at the book, like a reference book, like we have several of those that we always use, and it serves a purpose that way. So we wrote it for basically new PR pros and people dabbling in public relations and small business owners where they may not have a team of marketing and PR professionals. And I think the book's a great fit for that. And you check it out at Amazon and paperback and Kindle.
I appreciate it. This is great. Well, we love books. We love talking about books in the American Business Podcast. So that's great that we talk about your book. And thanks for sharing your insights.
Thank you.
That's great. Well, John, welcome to the American Business Podcast and Plus networking event.
Hello, how is everyone today?
Thank you for joining us. We started the event and we talk about our businesses. We introduce ourselves about who we are, what we do. Would you like to introduce yourself and your organization?
Sure, absolutely. My name is John Mahoney. I'm with a organization called Maryhaven. We're in Suffolk County, Long Island, New York. I'm new to ABP, just trying to understand it all. And basically, we are a nonprofit organization that serves the disabled community here on Long Island. I'm the assistant director of the program. And really what it's all about here is that we have a large production-based facility. It's about getting our individuals with disabilities out to competitive employment. People in New York State that have disabilities, right now I think it's hovering around 82% of people with disabilities in New York do not have employment. And if they are hired by companies or corporations, usually on a part-time or per diem basis. What my program here at Maryhaven is all about is we train a lot of people to do vocational training as far as production. We have counselors, about 140 people. We have veterans with disabilities, people with disabilities, you name it, all sorts of different abilities, if you will. And we perform production tasks. They earn a paycheck for their work. And we work with a lot of manufacturers, production companies, large Fortune 500 companies, small businessmen, businesswomen, you name it. We've worked with all sorts of companies, and our quality of work is exceptional. Our pricing is very competitive, and we offer full service. We pick up, we drop off, we have a driver, we have a truck, we have a warehouse, we have a production floor. We're basically a subcontract packager. Die cutting, labeling, poly bagging, salvage work, anything to do with production, that's what our team does. I'm trying to get more exposure to the program. Keeping 140 people busy each and every day with production tasks is a challenge. I've been with Mary Haven quite some time, and it's the hardest part of my job. And really, what it all comes down to is marketing, and letting people know, businesses know who we are. So I found ABP scrolling around on the net like everyone does these days, and I thought there might be some interest there. I wasn't sure how many people are viewing this today, or how geographically positioned they are to Suffolk County, but I figured it's worth a shot, right? You don't know until you try,
Mhm.
and that's what we're about. Great companies that we work for, some for over 20 years doing production tasks. And really the goal is that if our folks, who we call them individuals, choose to go out to competitive employment, they now have a skill set that they can utilize to hold down or get a full-time position with a company or organization. But it's their choice. Everything's about their choice, what they want to do. And a lot of them, quite frankly, choose to be here. They're in a very clean, structured environment. Just like you and I, we come to work. We do, we have our friends here. We have coffee, we have lunch, and we go about our day. And they're no different. Okay, so that's what this is about. And a lot of them choose to just be here in this environment, and they're in this very safe, productive environment. It's a fully audited program, and if they choose at any point during their tenure, they decide, hey, I may want to try go working at a supermarket or wherever, to be quite honest, or an industry. We would give them that opportunity to try. And if they don't like it for whatever reason, they can come back and they still have a job. That's the beauty part about this program. And thankfully, we've been very fortunate with having a lot of work, but there's always room to receive more work, because companies come and go, as we all know. And my goal is to always make sure every day that they come in, they put their things away, they have their coffee, grab a snack, and they're ready to go to work, that they have work in front of them. And that's the hardest part. It sounds easy, but it's not, And I will tell you that probably 95% of the work that we have today are repeat customers. They're very satisfied. Once they know who we are and see our capabilities, we are a force. Once they learn a task, there's no stopping them. And that's kind of what we're all about here.
Yeah, this is great, and thank you for sharing these. I also would like to add your email address on the screen, if that's okay. If that's not correct, I can update it. And for all of our attendees, if you like to add your email address next to your title name, please feel free to keep the communication option if you like. That's optional, so feel free. This is very important. Yes, go ahead, John.
Quick question though. So I had logged on, a month or two ago, and I see one familiar. Kimberly looks familiar. Are there how many people log on, or are we just the ones that are here for today? I'm just curious to know.
Absolutely, this is a great question. Yes, absolutely. So in the Podcasting Plus networking event, we record these sessions, and then we put it in our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel has more than 160,000 YouTube subscribers, and they are business-minded professionals. And we are national, and we have subscribers from, of course, New York metro area, also other parts of the country, because of our reach and our mission being national. We have business owners and entrepreneurs listening and watching from all over the country.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes, and also, John, I'll make sure to also invite you to our. I am also part of HILI on Long Island area, and I'm part of manufacturing committee. I'll make sure to invite you as well to our coming events there as well.
I'm sorry,
HILI.
Oh, you are?
Yes,
So
yes.
am
I'm a co-chair in the manufacturing committee. So I'll make sure to invite you to our meetings as well there.
I do go to the HIA meetings.
Okay, this is great. So I'll follow up.
Another resource.
Absolutely, because what you do as an organization is very important.
It is, and unfortunately,
yes.
a lot of them are going away because everything comes down to money. And quite frankly, a lot of times it's on the backs of the most vulnerable where they cut the funding, where really it's most important in the long run. I mean, everyone deserves to earn a paycheck and have a fulfilling life, productive life each and every day, and that's what Mary Haven's all about. We offer a lot of services, but the one that I oversee is the Integrated Business Center. It's a fully functional business operation. We take it very serious, and our individuals in production take it very serious because we know our customers are demanding. It's a business. They want turnaround, they want quality, they want pricing. And in the same time, they realize this is a great program. And why not? We're right in a lot of the organizations that work at their own backyard. Instead of having an assembly line in your plant, why not give us the opportunity and do a great thing? And I will tell you, if I can ever get you to come for a tour, if you're ever in the area, you would agree it's a very impressive operation. And when I see presidents come through and business owners, they come in one door and out the outdoor, just really mesmerized about all the different things that we do here. And they seem to be very fulfilled. And a lot of times I'll get business from them. So it's about exposure. It's about letting everyone know who we are.
Yes, yes. Thank you for sharing all these. And yeah, I'll also have a one-on-one meeting with you as well. I'll send you an email so we can
Wonderful.
talk more in detail. Okay, well, this is good. Well, John, also just to help you catch up with where we are. So after the introduction, we talk about AI and the impact of AI. Would you like to share your take about AI? How do you see the impact of AI on business nowadays?
Kevin, I do not. That's, I am not a techie kind of guy. I am not naive to the fact and the direction it's all going. I have read up on it. I've seen that there are seminars on AI, and I often wonder if I should participate because whether we like it or not, it's coming for us. And as we say, run in front or get run over. So I don't know a lot about it, only from what I've read and friends that are in the position to be really engineers in that field that explain certain things to me. But we're not there yet as an organization, but I'm sure we're going to be heading there very shortly.
Sounds great. Well, okay. Well, in this part of the event podcast and plus networking in the American Business Podcast, let's talk about your organization a little bit more. What makes your organization different, and how are you helping assisting your clients, your customers in the marketplace? Let's dive deeper and let's talk about your business and your services. Okay.
Really unique
Yeah,
and different.
John, you want to go first? Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Would you like to go first? Yeah, please.
No, whoever, go ahead. I just spoke.
All right, that is good.
You know
Okay.
about me. Go ahead. You guys go.
Okay, sounds good. Yes, so after this part, we'll have a free flowing conversation, so you can also ask questions to each other and interact. So that's gonna be really helpful for everyone. Okay, Kimberly, would you like to go first in terms of what makes your company organization different and how you're helping your customers, clients?
Thank you so much. Yes. My business is primarily what would be categorized as the self-help industry. And very often in self-help, you'll see a lot of the same ideas being represented. And they tend to focus really on the symptoms that women are going through. And specifically, Ignite focuses on women who are 40 plus, because once we get there, we've kind of built this rhetoric in our minds about what's possible. And we stray away from trying new things, going after what we really want. And that's really just a belief we have that it's too late, that we're too old, that it's too hard, it's impossible. So with Ignite, we really get down into those beliefs. We work all the way down at the ground floor to uncover what those beliefs are. The framework is you believe it, we find the belief, we challenge it, and then we choose. Believe, challenge, choose. There's a suite of products that cover every stage of that process and really helps you get through the initial discovery phase. Once you've discovered what that belief is, then we get to the real fun part of working through it and choosing differently and making incremental changes that build up over time and that really start to reflect the life that you want to live. So that's really the basic difference, is where we start with the source, we challenge that belief, and we learn to make incremental choices that change our lives.
Would you like to also tell us about your products a little bit more, if that's okay?
Absolutely, yes. So there's a book on Amazon, and that's Hey Beautiful, the Mirror Method, focusing on that negative self-talk. I don't know about you guys, but I'll tell you with women, we're very, very well known for tearing ourselves apart in the mirror. We can look in that mirror, find all the things that are wrong, and then we walk out the door just covered in self-inflicted wounds. And so the book really helps you, 30-day program to get past that, to catch that awareness and really stop it in its tracks. Then we have an ebook that really is about the excavation of those beliefs, figuring out where they came from. A lot of the beliefs that we have, we never even challenge them. We never even become aware of them. And they may have been installed when we were kids, something a teacher said to us that we now have carried through our whole lives. So that ebook helps you go through and discover that and really challenge it and peel it back. Then we have a true course, which is a live virtual session. We do 8 sessions where we work through that whole process of installing the new beliefs and living according to those new beliefs. Our flagship product is Journey to Joy, which is a 12-month program. We have all kinds of supports within that program, including an exclusive platform where you get to work with other women who are going through the process. Because when you really start changing who you are, it changes the dynamics of a lot of different relationships that we've had for years. And that can be challenging. So we have supports around that. That's where we have that custom coach to help you along, and you become part of the Joy Riders Club. So that's a whole big fun thing that we do. Those are all the products under Ignite right now.
And how would you describe your ideal client, your target market?
The ideal client is a woman who she's over 40. She never stopped dreaming of who she really knows she can be and doesn't really recognize that she's already her. She just needs to really clear away all of the built up lies that she's been built her life around, that she needs to just clear out. So she's probably an empty nester, maybe going through a transition in her marriage or her career, maybe becoming a caregiver for parents, and really starting to question, is this all for me?
I love it. Well, thank you for all these insights. This is great. Well, we'll continue this conversation. I appreciate
Yes.
it.
Mhm.
Steve, let's talk about your business if that's okay. So what makes your company organization different, and who is your ideal client?
Boy, all these penetrating questions. I don't know. Now, we've been in business for over 3 decades, and we actually started before the internet and cell phones, if you can believe that. Back in the old day when you used to pick up the old landline and call somebody and go out and meet them for breakfast and lunch and do all these things and networked, way before the internet changed the whole game. So we had to change with the times, and some of our fellow competitors did not. Some closed up shop, or they sold out, or they found other things to do. But the new technology came in, and we adopted that, and we taught our clients how to use it to improve their business and communicate with us so we could communicate with the media better. And so that took hold, and we grew from there. We've worked with people in all kinds of businesses, from classic car dealers to Tony Robbins and Brian Tracy. One thing that we do that I think is very positive for us is we're small and we're very flexible. We're not stuck in just one thing where we have all these teams of different kinds of specialists that just work in one sector. We work in all sectors, whether it be retail, authors, corporate. So our people know a little bit about everything. And so we had a call a while ago. A gentleman called me, and I have a background in sports and sports marketing. And a gentleman called. He says, "Hey, Mr. Turner?" I go, "Yes." He goes, "Do you know anything about it, baseball?" And I said, "Yeah, I believe I do." He said, "How about Jackie Robinson?" And I said, "Yeah, I think I know who he is." He says, "Well, I'm coming into St. Louis. I'm I want to get to Busch Stadium. I've got something going on, but I have the original contracts that Jackie Robinson signed with the Brooklyn Dodgers and the Montreal team when he was a minor leaguer. And can you help us promote it? And so I said, yeah, I think so. So it was like this thing. He was coming in the next week, and we kind of had to drop a lot of projects that were ongoing, but focus on this. And because it was highly visible, highly promotional, and highly paid as well. And so we were able to do some great stuff with this. I mean, this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity to have this. So we were able to work on this, and the gentleman that came in, we got him on every television network here in town to talk about it on the news. He was on the St. Louis Cardinals pregame show on both TV and radio, a little print stuff and other things. So it worked out great. But it was something where if you're not flexible, you're too rigid in your operation, you may not have been able to do this. You may have just passed. But we looked at it as a once in a lifetime deal, and we were able to move on it. So we're very flexible. We're small. We have operations that are well skilled in a lot of different areas. So we're not just pigeonholed into one thing. Like some PR firms are strictly technology, which is good. We do some of that too, but that's not why we're here. Some are just retail, or some are just consumer product. We're probably more business to business focused compared to these other ones. But overall, I think our flexibility is key. And we work with small companies, people with limited budgets. We can help them get started and kind of build from there, whether it's a small project or two, and build that into like a monthly retainer kind of thing. So we know how to do those kind of deals. And at the end of the day, we're just trying to build the brand for the client and make them happy and get them some results and some return on their investment. We want them at the end of a 2-month, 6-month, 1-year, 2-year engagement to say, wow, this really worked well. We spent X and we got 5X in return, or 10X in return, or whatever it is. So they'll come back and they'll keep using us. And over time, we have had repeat customers for 5 years, 10 years, even 20 years, where we don't hear from them for a while. And all of a sudden, hey, I've got this project, or I made the Inc. 5000. Can you help me promote it? Or these different things that come up over time. And we help them put branding campaigns together for these special events, and have a lot of fun doing it, and build trust with the client. And really, at the end of the day, just help them get to where they want to be. If they want to grow and they always have a growth plan, and, oh, we want to increase sales 5%, 10% in the next 2 years, or whatever it is, we try to see where PR fits into that. And then we try to help them with that growth. And at the end of the day, if we're successful, they'll be successful. And we'll have a really nice long-term engagement. So that's kind of how we envision the world. And it's a little different perhaps in some, maybe not so much from others, but we don't look at just one industry and say, this is our bread and butter, and then if that industry goes south, then you're in trouble. No, but we don't do that. And so we have fun, and I think we're good people to work with.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is great. Well, thank you for telling more about your business. That's always good to know, and we'll continue this conversation. Absolutely. Eugene, let's continue with you if that's okay. What makes your organization different, and who is your ideal client?
Well, first of all, that's actually the beauty of my organization is, we are constantly evolving, and we're constantly looking for ways to create better relationships with our customers. The long and short is, if you look at what we've been through, I started in 2005, 25 years old, knew nothing about the industry, had a background in finance, graduated with an econ degree in college. And funny small tidbit, just because you mentioned Jackie Robinson, I was hired for a branch, and I'm sitting there, and I go to service this older woman who is sitting across from me, and she asked me who my favorite baseball team was. Started off like a normal conversation. I say Yankees. She asked me questions about what I know about baseball, who I know, how familiar I am. And 20 minutes into the conversation, she reveals who she is. It's Rachel Robinson, Jackie
Oh my
Robinson's
God.
wife.
Wow.
And it was an amazing experience for me as a young man, to just
Incredible.
be sitting across from someone who's that legendary and was just such a normal and kind human being, and just kind of like chatting. And then the reason why I say evolution is because, since that time, there's been a mortgage crisis. Other institutions have closed. We had a pandemic, real life moments. And in all those moments, one of the things that we've been really good at is forming tighter bonds with our clients, relationships. My group during the period of the time of the pandemic was asked to work a little bit more remotely because there was less and less people they wanted in the branches so things wouldn't spread. And, during that period of time, they allowed us to work, almost whenever we wanted to be able to help our customers through stuff like the PPP, which was really crucial to keeping businesses open during that time and helping businesses get through that period of time and that uncertainty. We all thought it was going to be a month or two, and it wasn't that. So when you talk about evolution, when you talk about relationships, which is the core of what everybody on here has already said, it is a very crucial part to performing and continuing business success. And then I manage all different industries, so I can tell you that those that don't evolve usually do wind up, like, other people have said, closing, unfortunately. So it needs to be an evolution. You need to maintain relationships with your customers, with your quote unquote vendors or partnerships, to make sure that you can continue to have success during this ever fluctuating world.
Eugene, appreciate it. Thank you for these. Very helpful, and I like the story that you shared. This is also very interesting. Thank you for sharing with us.
Absolutely.
John, all right. So, what makes your organization different? And you actually mentioned a little bit earlier, but you can dive deeper into who is your ideal client is and who you like to work with, the organizations that you like to partner with.
Sure. Well, what makes us different is if you are a business or a large corporation, which we do work with some Fortune 500 corporations, as I stated earlier, instead of having, let's just say you have some tasks on your factory floor, and instead of hiring per diems or part-time staff to fulfill those jobs, why not think about outsourcing those lines? I'm not saying all of your business. You can focus your current business on other more important areas. Let us do the more routine production type tasks at our facility. Um, at the same time, you're working with people, veterans with disabilities, people with disabilities, fulfilling a need in the business community, instead of you know hiring people for a part-time job or a per diem type basis, which ultimately they eventually get laid off. Whereas here in our facility, the ideal customer would be someone that has an influx of work on a daily basis, where our guys can come in, put their things away in the morning, and they go to work all day long. Those are the ideal kind of companies. Pretty much the ones that can supply us with the workflow daily, 5 days a week. At the same time, we're going to give them a great quality product. We're going to turn it around, one stop shopping, if you will. We'll drop it off, we'll pick it up, and we're going to be competitively priced. So you may want to weigh, should I hire people, work with an employment agency, and go through that rigmarole, and then you never know what you're getting? Or would you prefer to work with a group of people that could really benefit from the work and in turn benefit your organization, your company, doing great quality work, competitively priced, and you're getting something in turn that is really going to help your organization. But in the long run, from a PR perspective, when the greater business community sees, hey, you're working with Maryhaven, that's a great thing. Maybe others would sign on as well. I think that once they see that established, that relationship, others do listen, and we get a lot of referrals that way. You know, you hear quite often, yeah, I referred so and so to you guys. They're a great operation. They may have some work for you guys. So that's really what we're about.
Okay, so I'm gonna thank you, John, for this, and I'm gonna turn it into a general conversation. If you have questions to each other, feel free to ask. One question that, okay, just still go ahead.
Yeah, I was just wondering, John, what you do is so natural for media coverage in your market. Have you guys had exposure? You get newspaper articles and any kind of TV coverage or anything like that?
We have a marketing department. So I don't want to get into too much detail, but we're part of a large network called Connexin with a K, all right? We formed this group about 5 years ago, Connexin. And under Connexin, there are about 6 or 7 affiliates, Mary Haven, which is one of them. And they're all healthcare related, head and trauma, we have a school, etc. Okay? But we do have one centralized marketing area. But it appears to me, being such a large network now, we always used to be under Mary Haven, but being part of a larger network now, you only have a marketing department that can serve so many, you know, areas. So I think from that perspective, we struggle with getting the message out who we are. We don't have a lot of overhead staff here. We can't, quite frankly, afford it. So I'm tasked to do many things. And, you know, I dabble in marketing, but we really need, in the world that we live in today, as you guys know, with YouTube and Twitter and X and all those things, we need to have a presence on there. We don't really do that well. You know, we need to change that. So does that answer your question in a way?
Yeah, I was just thinking, you know, in your area, that would be huge to, you know, you do such great work. And if more people knew about it, you know, if you could get some media stories, that would really help. And, you know, and help you guys as you go out and talk to these business owners. Oh, we were on the, you know, 11 o'clock news, or, you know, here's an article here and an article there. You know, you have this arsenal of tools you can use to just, you know, show business owners as they walk through the facility and so forth.
You're absolutely right, Steve. It's something we need to work on our end. But like you said earlier, which is interesting, you know, you started before there was internet or cell phones or email, and I'm kind of in the same boat. Believe it or not, I've kind of reverted back where, you know, yes, social media is huge, and in my opinion, at times it's becoming personal. Anyone can receive emails and texts and what have you. Believe it or not, I still have a big folder that I put together, and I bring a stack of them out once or twice a week. And I'll go to the industrial parks and I'll knock on doors, and a lot of times you get a response of, what does this guy want? You know, no one does that anymore. But I will tell you, and I've tried it for the last 2 years versus the other ways of marketing, it really sticks. It's almost as if it's coming back around. People like to see a face. They like to shake a hand. They like a business card. They like a storyline that you can give to them. And they say, yeah, I'll take that information. I'll give it to the president or whoever. And maybe at some point they'll sit down and they'll read it and say, wow, this guy made the time to come over here, whatever. I'm not saying everyone gives me a phone call, but it's marketing and sales. You know that it's work. You have to really expose yourself. But I'm trying to find and do different things that work.
So John, I was
with marketing.
So John, I was going to say, I know you joined after the introductions. So my name is Eugene Rodriguez. I'm a business relation manager, and my office is, I'm a business relation manager for Chase Bank. And my offices are right here in Melville. So I'm a Long Island guy too.
Is that right? All right.
I love your story, and I would love to take the opportunity to come meet with you, and maybe even bring a few members of my team so that we can talk to you one-on-one and get to know you better and see how we can help support.
Eugene, that would be great. That's the reason why I'm chiming in here and trying to understand it all, because there are those capabilities where if somebody knows somebody, maybe even, and they see the great work we do, and such as yourself, hey, it's word of mouth, and we'd appreciate that. And you're doing a great thing. It's a great group of people here. I've become an advocate for them. They don't have a very strong voice, but you know what? I come from manufacturing. That's my background. And I would put my team against the best production workers I've ever worked with in a for-profit factory floor. And I will tell you any day and any time.
What type of production capabilities available in your facility?
So we can do pretty much anything. Kitting, die cutting, labeling, assembly line work. We do a lot of collating work. We do a lot of work for promotional companies. I don't want to say, if it's fair to say which companies, but we do a lot of electronics recycling. We have a document imaging program where we scan records. We do court records, court documents. We do attorney records. That's a whole nother department. And believe it or not, we also have a hydroponics farming program within our building that I converted, where we have over 45 growing towers of fresh produce grown in water that we supply to our own houses, our residents. We get our folks out into the communities on the weekend. We're at farm markets, and we sell our product. So now our guys are individually communicating with the general public. And we make a sale from that, and it gets kicked back into the program. That's a very impressive program as well. I started with one tower about 8 years ago. Now we have, like I said, over 40, probably about 45 towers. And we grow thousands of plants a month. Within a month, I have a full head of lettuce, naturally grown, no chemicals. It's just another avenue, another opportunity to give our folks to do. I mean, that's what it's about, providing opportunity, business opportunity.
Yeah, this is definitely good to know. Yes, absolutely. And thank you for all these insights. So we know more about your operations and your capabilities in the organization. That helps. Okay, well, any other questions to each other?
Yeah, Eugene, that must have been amazing to meet Mrs. Robinson. I don't know if you could hear her.
Yeah, looks like he's trying to set up his camera. Eugene, can you hear us? Eugene? Yeah, looks like Eugene is trying to set up his.
Kevin,
Yes, I'm here.
will Eugene, will we have their information on the email?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. I'll send it over
Thank you.
and share with you. Yeah, absolutely. Eugene, can you hear us? Well, looks like you cannot. Anyways, yeah, absolutely. I'll definitely share the contact information with you, and you can stay in touch and schedule one-on-one meetings. Absolutely, we definitely encourage it, and my email will follow up.
Thank
My pleasure, definitely, and I'll reach out to you as well to support your organization on Long Island, New York metro area as well. So that definitely this is gonna be a great conversation. Eugene, can you hear us now?
Yeah, my apologies. My audio went out.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Yes, Steve had a question.
No, I just wanted to hear more about meeting Mrs. Robinson. That must have been incredible.
Yeah, looks like we lost his voice. Okay, well, in this part of the event, as your final thoughts before we concluded, what is your advice for businesses and professionals? If you like to share one piece of advice with a business owner, what would it be? Yeah, Jan, would you like to go first?
Sure. When you have a production demand or a need, give me a call, come for a tour of our facility, and I guarantee you'll be very impressed, and we'll give you a great product, competitively priced, on time. We'll be a force for you, a reliable force. You will see.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Steve, one piece of advice if you are to share with a business owner.
Yeah, if you're looking to do branding and get better known in your community, try to come up with an objective for your campaign at the outset, something that's measurable, so you can determine at the end whether you're getting a good ROI or not. And we find that a lot of people just throw stuff out there hoping some things will stick. And they're like, yeah, well, some of it was good, some not so good. But if you have an objective of what you're trying to do, you can put the pieces of the puzzle together underneath that and really have a really good operational take on the whole thing and get much better results than just throwing some things out there. Some people say, well, I want to get an article in the paper. Well, why? That's great, but what's the end result of that? So if you can put a bunch of things together under a measurable objective, you're going to be much happier with the results in the long term. So we advise clients to do that. And the other piece, I know maybe these are two things. If you are fortunate to get in traditional media, newspaper article, on television, a radio interview, something like that, give it legs by putting it on your social sites. So a lot of people forget to put it on their LinkedIn, their Facebook page, all these things that you have at your disposal that really don't cost anything, but you can link TV interviews and all this stuff. So all of a sudden, you not only get their audience, but you get your audience. And if you've got 5 or 10 people that could broadcast this out, and each one has 1,000, 5,000 contacts, you're really increasing the size of that exposure. And you're getting it to people that are interested in you because they've already connected with you. So you get a lot more legs and a lot more mileage out of any story, whether it's just a short newspaper article in a local publication or a major TV interview. So keep in mind these items as you're going forward.
Steve, thank you very much for these insights. Appreciate it. Okay, well, Eugene,
I don't know if you guys can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
Okay.
If you are to share one advice with a business owner, what would it be?
So, Steve, first of all, I apologize. I got cut off. The whole world is looking for me now. And I joined via my phone, so it kicked me out. I'm happy to connect with you offline so we can talk. And if I could share one piece of advice to any business owner, surround yourself by diverse partnerships. You want to have diverse opinions and insights because it'll help you run more effectively and look at whatever issues you may face in a much broader perspective than a singular focus. And that'll help you grow.
Well, thank you all. John, Steve, Eugene, Kimberly, thank you very much for joining today. And I hope you found this monthly Podcasting Plus networking event to be helpful and informative for each of you. I'll follow up with an email so you can see each other's contact information. And we always encourage in the American Business Podcast to create partnerships, ecosystems, and collaborate and cooperate. That's really important for us. It's because one of our mission as the American Business Podcast is to promote, support, uplift American businesses, nonprofits, manufacturers, and the business community. So business community building is very important for the nation, for the economy, and this is one of our mission that we like to drive and deliver. Also, one piece of news from us is also we are getting ready to start America's virtual Chamber of Commerce and Industry. So that's going to be the America's virtual Chamber of Commerce and Business Association. So we are in the process of forming it, organizing it. So we're going to also announce it. I'll definitely keep you posted, and hopefully you'll join that group as well.
Kevin, thank you for the invitation. I really appreciate getting the opportunity to be here.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much, and we'll be in touch. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Well, to our audience and to our listeners, I hope you enjoyed today's In the American Business Podcast. As you know, we organize monthly Podcasting Plus networking event. Podcasting Plus networking powered by the American Business Podcast. If you'd like to join the next one, please scan this QR code. It'll take you to our registration page. You can sign up and you can join the next one. We typically meet last Friday of every month. And that's a great opportunity for you to introduce yourself, your company, your organization, and your mission, and who you are trying to reach in terms of your clients, clientele, your target market that you can introduce to the American Business Podcast community, as well as you can meet business professionals just like today and start building your ecosystem, business ecosystem. That's a great opportunity for all of us. Thank you very much for listening, and thank you very much for watching. We'll be right back after a short break. Thank you.